guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in again. I appreciate you. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button and also share this with your friends, family, whoever you feel needs to be ignited. I am excited because today we're going to talk about how to ignite your friends. And I'm sure you're wondering, what do you mean by igniting your friends? Well, basically, what that means is how do you motivate your friends in times of uncertainty when they're dealing with life and things are being thrown at them? And also, how do you make sure that you're not putting things on your friends that are unrealistic expectations. So I'm gonna share some personal stories, but I'll also share some tips on what helps me to ignite my friends. All right, so years ago, I was a person that always needed someone around me. And I am an extrovert. So sometimes it was very hard for me to sit with myself, be alone, be by myself. And so that was a blessing, but also a curse. So I'm going to explain how basically you should definitely, even if you're an extrovert, still find time to spend with yourself so that you can be the best version for your friends. I mean, let's just be honest. No one wants to be around a person who's not healed. So I would oftentimes be around people no matter what their personality type was. I just loved company. And so what I had to realize the hard way is whenever you are surrounding yourself with people just for the sake of it, you're basically damaging yourself. You're damaging your identity in ways that you may not see now, but later on. So I did surround myself with people that weren't always good to themselves and weren't always good to me. And so in return, I got the backlash of things happening. For example, I used to be around girls or just a group of people who would always gossip. I mean, let's just be honest. I'm just be blatantly honest. Everything that was surrounded by this person's conversation was what other people had going on in their lives. And so, of course, at that time in my life, I didn't mind listening to gossip. I was just sitting there entertaining all of that. And so what I realized is it's so damaging because it can put you in situations that you didn't ask for. Even if you're not a messy person, if you're not a person that likes to gossip or really care, if you're setting yourself around people that do that, then eventually you'll have to deal with those consequences. So I would recommend, if you do see friends always gossiping, I mean, always having something negative to say, if you can't redirect them and encourage them to change, then you should reevaluate your friend list and see if that's the type of person you really want to become and if that's someone you really want to be around. Because in order to thrive in life, you have to make those adjustments early on, and you have to be able to recognize when someone is just not mature enough to be around you. And let's just be honest, if you're the person that's gossiping, you can stop. I've saw a lot of development and growth in people as they matured from childhood to adulthood. So it's possible, because I was a person that gossiped and talked about people that I didn't find to be doing what I thought was right. And that's just not cool. It's not cool to gossip. There's no pretty bow that I can put on it to make it look good, sound good. It's just not good. So, throughout me growing and spending time with myself, I learned that the reason why I was so uncomfortable, the reason why I couldn't really find peace and joy at that period in my life, in my 20s, early 20s, was because I was surrounding myself with so much negativity and I didn't realize it. So it took me years to really, really hone in and focus on what made me happy. And through that journey, through that separation, of course, I had to lose friends in order to find myself. Of course, I had to admit that I was wrong in lots of situations. It brought healing to me, and it helped me to recognize, okay, in the future, if a person is acting this way, I definitely don't want to be around them. It's a red flag. So those I don't look at my past friendships as failures. I just look at it as learning lessons, and things that I took upon my life to help me grow and develop. And hopefully it can help you just by me sharing that, because I'm not perfect. I don't always have it all together, but I can say that I have learned throughout the years that it's just not okay to sit there and worry about what's going on in someone else's life. You can be doing so much more with your time. So once I started finding out what I love about myself and what I really enjoy, then I started finding life to be more playful instead of a duty, a job, or just, miserable. I'm gonna be honest, I was miserable when I was surrounding myself with people like that. And so once I found that joy, I then started realizing, wow, you have a lot of gifts inside of you. You need to start doing what what your purpose is. What is it that you enjoy? And I would have moments where I would pray and I would ask God, like, what is my purpose? And I remember him showing me through dreams, through just him speaking to me, what I'm supposed to do. And that's speaking, and that's writing and encouraging people, the gift of exhortation, just uplifting others. And it took a while for me to just say, you know what, I'm going to go and full force do what I'm called to do. It took a lot of hardships, it took a lot of knockdowns, but by me rising up and by me putting out good things in the atmosphere, good things came right back to me, and I'm so grateful for it. And the friends that I have in my life now, some were able to see my journey through that development of me being real childish to now being a childish, wise adult. So I'm still childish, but I'm not out here damaging lives. I'm not out here speaking negative about other people, I can assure you. So yeah, it's just they were able to sit there and watch me develop, and it also sparked them to change as well. And so when you are in the forefront and your friends are watching you develop, change, and grow, some may leave you, some may stay, and some may find your story to be encouraging. So that's one of the reasons why I feel like it's important to focus on yourself first, because then you can see what it is that you're supposed to be doing in this life. And once you start leading your life to that path, your friends will either follow along, encourage you, root for you, or they'll just depart. And it's no hard feelings if they choose to depart or not. It's just up to you to say, you know what, I want to grow, I want to thrive, and I want to live a peaceful, healthy life. So yeah. And then when you pour into your friends, it automatically pours right back into you. Let's just be honest. When your friends are motivated, the vibe, the energy is amazing. When you're together, it's like electric, because you are in a setting where your friends are winning, you're winning, and you're just vibing off of each other, you're motivating each other. That's what friendship is for. When I look at how healthy friendships in my eyes look, it's all about building one another up. It's all about speaking life. And it's also about setting boundaries and making sure that you give your friends space to grow. You give your friends space to breathe. I don't recommend having a relationship where you are codependent, where you feel like you always have to tell this one person, your one friend, everything about your life. What that can do is it could just cause so much damage in the future whenever you can't meet your friend's expectation. So I would encourage you to find friends that are striving to grow, that are striving to be made whole, that are striving just to be independent, because when you have independent friends, they're not solely relying on you to perform always, to always show up for every single thing in their lives. They know that life is a good balance and it's a good flow. And so it makes the pressure of the friendship lessen. It helps it to flow, because you're not so much dependent on each other for everything. Now, can you lean on your friends? Of course, yes, whenever life gets hard. But when you are solely just always constantly around your friends, and it's a constant, you can't make a decision without their approval. You can't make a move in your life without them knowing. That's something you should reflect on and think to yourself, is this healthy? Is this how I want to live the rest of my life, where I have to always constantly show up and drop everything I'm doing for my friends whenever they need? Or do my friends know and understand that my life is not set up where I can just show up at any given moment, but they know that I'm praying for them. They know that I'm there for them. If they do call me and it's a crisis, I'm showing up. But if it's small things and you just are trying to live your life and follow your dreams, you just physically can't be there for every friend at any given time. You just can't do it. It's just not humanly possible. So to have friends that understand that and give you your space, give you your boundaries, it just makes for a good gumbo, is what we call it here in Louisiana. It's a mixture of a lot of different foods in one pot, and it tastes so good. So that's what I want to say to you guys today. Focus on having healthy, thriving relationships with people. And if you don't have that, I would say pray about it, and you'll be surprised at what may come your way just by you. And then also, before I end this podcast, I do want to mention that when you grow yourself, when you find time to develop things in you, you'll attract those people that need to be in your life at that given time in your life. You'll be able to attract people who are thriving, who are seeking out their own ambition in life, and it'll make it so much easier, so much worth it for you to open yourself up to them, because you see that they're on a path, you're on a path, and we're in this together. But the main thing is looking for those things in friendships is important. Looking for people who are trying to grow, trying to be positive, not perfect, but do show signs of empathy whenever you're weak, or if they're going through something, you're helping them. So yeah, like, friendships are important. We need it to thrive in life. We need friends, but we also need to know how to categorize them in our lives in order for us to thrive and have a good life, a healthy life. So I hope you have a great day. Remember, everyone has a spark that can turn into a flame if you ignite it. You have what it takes. You just need to ignite that flame that's already inside of you. Tune in and be looking out for the next